everyone, it's Susie, and I have some cute traveler size junk journals I want to share. I am going to have a lot of videos over the next 3 days that I will be uploading. It's going to be like a video holiday weekend marathon or something. It reminds me of the marathons where they run the same series over a weekend on some of the channels on TV. But anyway, I am going to be uploading a lot of videos over the weekend. I hope everybody has a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Anyway, mine starts today, and anyway, I'm thoroughly going to enjoy my time off work. Anyway, let me get through talking here and go ahead and show you these. Now, I will be listing these on my blog if anybody's interested. I don't have an Etsy store, so I just list them on my blog for sale. So if you're interested, just go on over to the blog. I'll have it listed there in the description box below, so you can link it and get there. But I did make these, and these are so much fun to make. I tell you, I have had a ball with the traveler size junk journals and the little bag journals. And anyway, I have got some more bag journals that I am working on, so I will be uploading those as well. And I've even got some, like I call, micro mini bags that are just adorable. So anyway, just a lot of fun those bags are. But anyway, I want to give credit where credit is due. Now, on the travelers notebooks, or the traveler size junk journals, I was watching Tiffy Butter's videos and absolutely fell in love with her traveler's size junk journals. Well, that's where I got my inspiration. And then, of course, they all let me know that Amity Bloom is the one who actually came up with these. And I have watched her videos as well. And they are just adorable, what she does. And so, anyway, be sure and check out their channels. I will put the link in the description box. And just be sure and go check them out, because they have some beautiful, beautiful books. And anyway, like I said, I always like to give credit where credit is due. If you're inspired by somebody, send people over there and let them see their channel, because they can inspire them as well. And anyway, so getting into the books. These two are identical, other than just a couple of pieces of paper are going to be different. But these were so much fun to make. I used the chocolate ribbon on these, and I actually just overlap the ribbon. It's really long, the seam binding is, so that as the thicker your book gets, you will be able to still tie it. And if you don't like it wrapped like this, you can always just tie it on the side and not have all that. But anyway, this is the front. Here is the back. I love Portrait of a Lady from Graphic 45. It is a beautiful collection. Anyway, I had the 12 by 12 sitting around for some time, and I knew that I knew I was going to make an album out of it, a mini album. But I got into these notebooks here, and I just can't get rid of the. I just had to cut it up and use it. So anyway, this is what it is. I did use some green, kind of like a moss green thread for the stitching, which I did really like. I tried to match it with the paper. I actually took my paper to Walmart to find the thread. People kind of look at you odd when you're trying to match paper to a color of thread instead of fabric, but anyway, that's what junk journals junkies do, I guess. And speaking of junk journal junkies, I did join the group, and I don't join groups very often, but I did join that, and they have some really, really cute junk journal and ideas over there. So if you do like to do junk journals, maybe you should think about going over there and getting in on that group, because they have some really good ideas. Now, I'm not much of a poster, so I don't make a lot of comments or upload a lot of videos or anything there, but I do get inspired by what other people do. So anyway, here is the cover. I did put a pocket in it, and it is stitched around, and there is the little tag that will go in there. Here I actually got this banner punch from, I believe, no, it's Teresa Collins, and I think I got it at Joann's. It was on sale. It's a Teresa Collins is what it is, and it's a banner punch, and I used it in this book. It's the first time I've used it, but I've stitched it down and just made it where, isn't this beautiful? Now this is the package of tags that you buy separate, is what that is. That's where that come from. And then this is just a journaling spot with some lace sewed on it. Of course, all your places for journaling. Here's that book page. I like to put the book pages in. And then the last time I watched an Amity Bloom video, she got it from Nick the Booksmith, but she was using these tabs out of fabric, and so I did that in here, and I really do like it. Nick the Booksmith does that, and that's where she got her inspiration to sew them in. So we all get inspired by each other. I mean, we always like what somebody's doing and use it, but you know, I always like to say where I got the idea. Anyway, here is the glassine bag that I have actually just sewed and stitched on the page, and then these just set in the glassine bag. And then I have just used seam binding, and I bought some of this green. Here is one of the pages that'll be different than what's in the other, right there. And then I did use an envelope, and this here is just a place to journal, and it sets in the envelope there. And then here is just a little place for journaling. This is actually one of those guest checks that I have torn in half, and then I just put journaling paper on the back. So, and then here is a pocket. This is a really cute, there's the back of that, rose punch that I got at Hobby Lobby last time I was there. Their punches were 50% off, and I bought that rose punch, and I really like that. Here's just some fabric stitched down, some ledger paper, another banner punch there I've used. This is just a piece of patterned paper. And of course here is the center of the book. I like to leave these long. I just like them looking long in there. And here's another piece of ledger paper there, the fabric tabs. Here's another glassine bag that I have. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely love those images on the portrait of a lady. I love the colors, the greens and the pink and white. Absolutely love it. And then the perfume bottles I love also. And here are all those strings. Here's another half of that envelope. Isn't that beautiful? And I did use my punch to put a little, whoops, that envelope likes to stick a little bit there on the pieces on the inside. And then here is just some pieces of paper I've sewed with a piece of lace. So this is a really light pink. It's really pretty fabric there. It probably doesn't show up in the video, but it is a light pink. Really pretty. There's that, and then here's a piece of that. Here is a library card that I've just stitched some lace on. And it sits in a postcard pocket. Here is a tuck spot. Now I didn't tuck anything there, but it is a tuck spot. And then, isn't this beautiful? I love this image. And anyway, this is just sewn on, and you could actually put something in there. It is open at the top, but I would be afraid of tearing the book page, so I didn't put anything in there. And then here is another tuck spot with a oops, with the little piece there. And the back has a pocket also, place for journaling on the back. And anyway, this is I guess I'll just name this journal number 1. That's how it will be listed. So I'll have to be sure and write number 1 on this, or I won't remember either. Okay, so I'll put that in there. That's journal number 1. Okay, so here is journal number 2, and this one will just be slightly different with a couple of pages. Everything else is pretty identical to that one. I mean, I've used the same paper, you know, did basically the same thing in everything. I believe this postcard is different. Has a little journaling spot there. Everything else is pretty much the same. Now this paper was different right here. That one had the pink and this one doesn't, but I have the booklet. I mean, I have everything here is basically the same. Oops, if I can't get that in there, I'm going to go ahead and turn the page. Okay. And, I mean, the tabs are the same. The paper is the same. This is just pretty identical. Now here is the guest check. This here I did not cover up. So that will be a little different. That's just half of that guest check there. Here is the little rose pocket. Here is that tag. There's the fabric. Here is the little banner, punch, tab, and then here is, this here is pretty much the same. And I've just got a piece of coffee dyed paper there to journal on. And then here is this, and that's basically the same. And this here is the 3 papers just kind of sewed together. And then here's that pink, that light pink fabric. And this page is different than the one. This is the only page that is really different. You know, and it may have a different postcard there. Here is the little woman with the image there. Here is the, and then here is the back. And there's that. That sits in there. Oops. And I did put the journaling paper on the back of that one. So anyway, this here is journal number 2. And then this here is a little prayer journal that I made. I'm not sure what the size is, but it could almost just be an insert. I believe it was the personal size, I think, was what I had cut out. I don't see my ruler just right offhand. Let's see. It is a 6 5/8, which is 6 1/2. I made the inserts on mine just a little longer by 4. So I think this will fit the personal planner. I think that's what I had this cut out for, and then I made it a prayer journal. So anyway, here is the back. It has a lot of scriptures with where they're found. And then it has just the coffee dyed seam binding there. I did put this on the cover. God did not give me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7. I'm not sure what the version is, if it's, you know, international version or the, you know, New King James version. I'm not sure what version this is from, but anyway, here is, I just open it up, and I've started it out with a little parchment paper, so it kind of blends through. Here is just a little spot for journaling, and God will not fail me. These here I did get off Pinterest, and I did find actually on Pinterest where you go to the actual website where you could print some scriptures off of. So I did that in this book. This is just craft paper. That's all that is. Just a crinkly, I'm not even sure what the pound is. I got it at Michael's on a roll. They had it on the clearance for $1. So here is some just little fabric sewn on a little glassine bag. These were like some little business card size that I printed off a website. But I cannot remember what the website is, and I don't have the paper sitting around, so they were free though. And that's just got a scripture verse on it. Here's another little tuck spot, and I kind of just set this in here to show you that is a tuck spot. And another scripture, let us not become weary in well-doing, for at proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And yeah, I really love this, and I used to quote this a lot because sometimes you do get weary in well-doing. And anyway, here's some seam binding and doily, another place for journaling. And I wanted a lot of places for journaling in this one because it is a prayer journal, and so I wanted to leave a lot of places for writing. Here is another little piece of journal paper, and here's another little scripture verse here, and then another scripture verse there, and a place for journaling on the back. Nice lace pocket. I love doing this on the ledger paper. I just think it breaks it up a little bit, so I've been tipping them over and sewing them down and leaving the strings on. Here I've just sewed that on. I took my troubles to the Lord. I cried out to Him, and He answered my prayer. Psalms 121. That's a really good scripture there. And more places for journaling. Here is just a little, you could tuck something under there. I didn't tuck anything. Here is some of that crocheted lace. Let's see here. The part of the doily, God's timing is perfect. Another Pinterest, I've just took that off Pinterest. And another one of those little journal places there. Tuck spot, place for journaling. And then another little band there. God holds my hand when I'm afraid, Isaiah 41:13. And anyway, this is the little prayer journal. So anyway, like I said, I am going to list these on my blog for sale if anybody's interested. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.